Okay, let's get to some other big news with the MCU and Blade. Marvel Studios has shut down pre-production on Blade reboot. Yes. Just what? Last week or so, we talked about a new writer coming on in the last minute, in the 0 hour of production. A month before Blade was going to go into production, they were going to go through another rewrite for Blade, but yeah, they got to put the pause on this now because that rewrite can't happen because of the writer's strike. This week, the Writers Guild of America went on strike, so every TV shows and movies that are currently in production are going to get a pause until writers can come back and they solidify a new bargaining agreement, right? So, of course, and I got to say this, Mahershala Ali, my God, he threw out the first script because it was like 90 pages and it was like, there was only like 2 fights in it and he wanted rewrites, so they rewrote it. They thought that they had everything going in motion, and then the studio brought in a new writer like last week, and now they've got to hit pause on this. Dude, man, he's going to be 50 by the time they start to shoot the first Blade movie. 50! My God. And like, for all the people out there championing, saying, well, you got to cast a younger Bond so that he can play Bond for like 10 or 15 years. You got to cast the new Superman younger because he's got to be able to play Superman for like 10 or 15 years. Why is that philosophy not applied to Blade? All right, you're gonna hire like I don't doubt his talent, Mahershala Ali's talent. He's good, but I mean seriously, he's gonna be like older than Wesley Snipes was when he shot Blade 3. He's going to be older. And it's kind of like the logic in this doesn't make sense. Guys, I don't see this happening. I don't. At least with Mahershala Ali, depending on how long the strike goes to. Really, Chris Schober says I just got my Mandalorian season 3 on DVD and mail yesterday. Cool, man. Bo-Katan. A Weaver. There's some decent looking stuff coming up, I guess. I keep my horror movie expectations low. Well, that too. Well, yeah, because of the budget and the execution. Blade is going to be one of these casualties due to the writer's strike. It sucks for people working on it, right? You're just ramping up. As I said, they were going to be starting to shoot in the next month, and for everybody who was getting like the sets and everything, you're just kind of like, oh man, I'm losing work now, right? And it's not as if you can go over and jump onto a new project. The feature project, THR reports, which has already been paused once before, becomes the first tentpole movie impacted by the strike. So they're saying that this is the first one. This is going to be the first in many, though, guys. We've just started to see what the fallout's going to be. And hopefully they can get back to that bargaining table sooner rather than later. The studio will restart production once the strike. Well, of course it will. It just remains to be seen if it's going to be with the same cast or crew or director. Because things are being paused, it's kind of like schedules. People's schedules are going to be thrown up in the air. Mia Goth, Mahershala Ali. You just signed Mia Goth, and she's in high demand. Like, yeah, Mia Goth can't take time off for these kinds of things. So it's kind of like, as I said, she's in high demand. There's going to be, for scripts that are completed, studios are still going to push forward and try to dance around the issue of not having writers around on set to help, clean that up. But Blade, yes, it's in the big trades. It's going to be the first one there to fall. Which Fantastic Four also, that's going to be one that'll be kind of like, yeah, Captain America New World Order is already filming. So Captain America 4 is already filming, and Agatha Coven of Chaos is also shooting in Atlanta. Deadpool 3 is expected to go in front of cameras later this month in London. So there are still some projects out there with the scripts at their current state ready to be shot But obviously, because they brought in that new writer for Blade, that one's going to be for 100% paused. There's $1 billion net in production costs that are expected because of the strike. That's certainly a concern, of course, but for some reason, studios just don't want to give writers their fair shake. Which, guys, if you don't know, obviously I side with the writers here. We'll be doing videos and keeping our eye on what are going to be the other fallouts from the strike. It's just one of those things that'll just be coming in slowly as we learn it, right? Blade. Let's continue on talking about Mia Goth, because we got some first look images of her from the Maxine film that is filming. Actually, I think it's pretty much close to being done already. So Maxine first look photos. This came out earlier this week. Reveals Mia Goth and